Floyd broke down in tears after reports confirmed that law enforcement is seizing $600 million worth of his investments. Just days earlier, he had boasted on social media about buying 62 buildings in Manhattan to show off his wealth and real estate skills. But the story quickly unraveled. The buildings weren't in his name, and once that lie came to light, the FBI launched a deeper investigation into his finances, freezing more properties and accounts linked to him.
To making sure that the homeless situation is cleaned up. This is one of the ways that they're doing it, and it looks like there could be possibly lots of different ways to scam the system.
And Floyd Mayweather is a provocative and controversial figure, but I think this article may make people think about him differently.
At the moment, assets said to be worth more than $600 million are frozen. They can't be sold, moved, or accessed until the investigation proves whether Floyd actually owns them. What set everything in motion was his own choice to brag about the deal. He posted several videos flaunting the properties and claiming he had pulled off a massive purchase in Manhattan. His tone was proud and self-assured, clearly aiming to impress viewers. The reactions came quickly.
My lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings.
Fans packed the comment section. News outlets jumped on the story, and the boldness of the claims spread attention far beyond boxing. But when authorities started checking property records, the truth became clear. Not a single one of the buildings was registered under Mayweather's name.
Mayweather Jr., there's a story circulating that Business Insider did talking about this $400 million property deal that he had been discussing here in New York City. But now, according to Business Insider, it's not what you think it is. They said there's no evidence there's been a sale of these properties, and it's 62 rental apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan.
That discovery didn't just damage his credibility. It set off a chain reaction. Federal investigators, already familiar with his financial boasts over the years, used it as a reason to dig deeper. They reviewed his past records and started freezing more assets tied to him. For now, nothing can be touched until a full audit is finished. What makes this even more serious is Floyd's own admission in past interviews that real estate has been his primary source of income since leaving professional boxing. So if those...
In 36 months, of course, with one of my new investments, I would be making $300 million a month. But
what investment is that?
Just in real estate.
I agree. Got you.
And I'm heavy in real estate. I'm real heavy in real estate. Even though, you know, I got my own liquid, and that means cash. For those, I break it down in layman's terms. Even though.
To make things even more complicated, this financial crisis hit right as Floyd was preparing one of his boldest moves yet. A $700 million bid to buy into the NFL's New York Giants. He wasn't going at it alone. Partnering with real estate investor Mir Orbach, the two planned to lead a group purchase for a 10% stake in the team. With the Giants valued at more than $7.5 billion, landing a piece of such an iconic franchise would have been monumental. Floyd even moved $200 million into escrow to prove he was serious about the deal.
Misunderstood. He just wanted to be treated fair. Right. And this is for any team that's watching right now. We'll make them a deal. If they sign AB and AB go through the whole season, no problems at all. And then they got to give us 20 million. But if he mess up, then we got to give them 20 million. So if any team want to match that, you know, reach out to us.
That plan is now hanging by a thread. Floyd's financial standing is under heavy scrutiny, and his partner Mir Orbach has gone quiet. When pressed by reporters, Orbach gave only a vague response, saying he and his partners are always exploring business opportunities, including team ownership, but offered nothing more. Normally, A statement like that might pass without much notice. But given the current timing, many see it as a red flag that things behind the scenes may not be lining up.
Returns, like over his lifetime he's going to make 300 million off the deal. It just doesn't make sense, especially with the amount of power players in NYC who would have already bought those 62 units if it was so lucrative. The white guy would have easily bought those 62 units up. And this is where I think the bigger understanding comes in, because if you don't know, the true owner is Black Spruce Management.
Naturally, that's only raised more questions. Why hasn't Orbach confirmed whether Floyd is still involved in the deal? Why the hesitation to share details if everything is above board? For now, nobody has clear answers. But the longer the silence drags on, the more unsettling the entire situation appears.
If you know how much money you got, you really don't have no money. So if you know how many buildings you got, you don't really have no buildings. So I think I own right now somewhere upwards of 100 buildings or more. And in 99% of my buildings.
Adding to the fire, Eddie Hearn had already questioned Floyd's financial stability months ago. In an interview, he said, "I don't think he has the kind of money he says he has. I'm not saying he's broke, but with how much he spends and how often he does exhibitions, it makes you wonder." At the time, his comments sparked plenty of buzz. Floyd brushed it off when shown the clip, joking that Hearn always has something slick to say. But now, Hearn's words seem far more grounded in reality.
These guys carry on and they do the exhibitions and all that kind of stuff. It just sort of diminishes the legacy a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
And that's what I feel like's happened with Mayweather.
Why do you think he does those things, though? Do you think
for money?
I
don't think he's got the money he says. That's what I think.
I think he still needs the money.
I don't
after
think
all
he
these
needs
years.
the money. But you know when you got that lifestyle, right? So when you're spending what he's...
Others in the boxing world have echoed those doubts. Analyst Rick Glazer noted that while it's tough to believe Mayweather is truly struggling financially, the rumors are coming from credible sources. He suggested the issue runs deeper than a simple misunderstanding or PR slip. It's a real problem that could spiral further. And just when it seemed the situation couldn't get any messier, Floyd dropped a new video online. This time he was promoting a Thailand-based cryptocurrency called a SIEZED. In the clip, he urged fans to invest, promising rewards like a live Zoom call with him and the project's founder. $100 cashback for anyone putting in at least $20, and even one of his WBC championship belts. Most shocking of all, he offered a private training session with him as a prize for one lucky investor.
I mean, it's the new wave. It's what everybody's doing. And I started, of course I started with boxing, but then of course now it's real estate. My real estate portfolio is crazy, but I'm truly blessed. I'm truly blessed. And if cryptocurrency is the new wave.
That kind of offer from someone who almost never gives anything away for free raised instant suspicion. Why would Mayweather tie himself so closely to a coin hardly anyone had heard of? And why stack so many rewards on top of it? Especially ones involving large amounts of money and personal access. To many, it came off as a desperate grab for quick cash. Given the timing, those doubts don't seem unreasonable. Step back, and the picture is bigger than one lie on Instagram. It's a pattern of risky moves, financial red flags, and a lack of transparency. Floyd might still be smiling in public, still dressed like royalty, still talking as if the money will never run out. But behind the scenes, the foundation looks unsteady.
Hurt his record
because of the drug of boxing. Just
also
like
money.
But I don't even think he don't need any money.
He spends so much money.
Yeah, but he don't need any. Floyd,
are you sure?
Yeah, Floyd good.
I bet if he's planning for the future, you got to keep it coming in if you're going to keep spending the way he spends.
Yeah, but I think he has a lot of other business interests that he can get money from.
Hopefully.
There's now a real possibility that more of Floyd's assets could be seized. More business deals could collapse, and more of his past claims could be exposed as false. Just recently, Even the staff at Mayweather Boxing and Fitness in Los Angeles walked out after going unpaid for weeks. And they didn't leave quietly. They staged a protest outside the gym with signs and microphones. One read, "The money team has no money." Another said, "Hard work, dedication." And then what? Others pushed the message further with phrases like labor trafficking and modern-day slavery. These weren't just dramatic slogans. They were the voices of employees who felt they had finally hit their breaking point.
No, this is for real. Hey. No pay!
Where's Money Mayweather? Hard work?
Dedication!
No pay!
Money Mayweather where?
I don't see you.
I don't see you.
Rent won't wait.
I got bills to pay.
Rent won't.
According to the Daily Mail, several employees said they hadn't been paid in weeks, including trainers, front desk staff, and even management. No back pay, no communication from the company. Some admitted they feared retaliation for speaking out, but chose to take the risk after feeling ignored for too long. One outspoken staff member explained it this way. "Even at other jobs, if you don't get paid, you're afraid to complain because companies silence you or fire you since everything is at will." To them, Mayweather's gym was just another version of that same problem. Only this time, it carried Floyd's name.
Getting paid late, it has completely affected my life. It has affected my mental health.
Another employee spoke out, saying, "We're out here letting everybody know they have not been treating us right." The group claimed they had tried multiple times to raise the issue internally, but were brushed off or ignored. Some even said management warned them not to bring it up with Floyd if he stopped by. One worker explained, "He was here 2 weeks ago. We've been silenced. I was told we can't tell him anything. I can't tell him our studio is closing. Who knows if he's aware or not? We don't."
And just given the name, but the more and more that I've been here since the beginning of 2024, just seeing the treatment of the staff has just really broken my heart. And also too, for all of the staff, I've offered discounted adjustments to $20. And having staff members tell me they can't afford to pay $20 for an adjustment because they're not getting paid just really took me back to say, wow, what's going on here? Still coming in every Monday, still adjusting the staff to make sure that they felt okay, they felt regulated, that their systems didn't feel so.
One longtime employee explained, "The brand is just a name. But since I've been here from the start of 2024, watching how the staff has been treated has really broken my heart. I even offered discounted adjustments for $20, and some told me they couldn't afford it because they weren't getting paid. That really hit me like, wow, what's going on here?" Still, I came in every Monday to adjust the staff, to make sure they felt okay, that their bodies weren't so stressed and overwhelmed.
I was promised a lot, and being who I am a protector, and I protect my team, and I've tried to protect their employment, and unfortunately now, there's nothing for me to lose. We have lost everything. I've lost so much in this, not getting paid late. It has completely affected my life.
Inside sources say the Mayweather Boxing and Fitness Gym in Los Angeles could be shutting down for good. This isn't just a short protest. Employees are already treating it like the end. Equipment sits unused, classes are canceled, and members have been told not to renew their memberships until further notice. General Manager Samria Baldwin said she joined the brand with trust, but things unraveled quickly. "I started working here in September 2023, and on my first day, the team wasn't even employed. From that moment, I was worried, but I thought maybe I could help turn things around. Instead, I was fed lies from the beginning," she said. "We've lost everything. I've lost so much from not being paid, from getting paid late. It has completely affected my life. This situation has ruined my life.
Hey, what's going on, man? I'm Frank. I was a coach here at Mayweather Boxing Fitness Hollywood, and honestly, it's been disheartening to go through everything we've been going through. We haven't been getting paid fairly. It messes with your mental health. We had to rely on a member that worked at Chick-fil-A that granted us some free Chick-fil-A cards, so we're all eating unhealthy meals to the point where we can't even go home and get some fresh fruit. We're not able to literally pay for our bills. The debt, it accumulated to the point where it messed with the mental.
Another coach at the gym shared how the problems went far beyond late paychecks. Honestly, it's been disheartening. We haven't been getting paid fairly, and it takes a toll on your mental health. My wife even had to be hospitalized from the stress and anxiety this job has caused. It hurts your heart in so many ways, and it's tough to deal with, especially working for such a big-name company. The reality is, we're not even getting paid.
Buffett, that's in his 80s or 90s, that can still make a ton of money. The Waltons that own Walmart. Bill Gates can still make computers. But soon as someone black, when my career is over as far as me in a combat sport, as far as boxing, whatever, if I'm promoting on social media or I'm doing exhibitions, it's like, oh man, he's broke. No, it's not a crime for them to make money. They don't say nothing about the guys that's...
As of now, Floyd Mayweather has not addressed the walkout, the pay dispute, or the possible shutdown of his gym. But his silence is only growing louder, especially since just weeks ago he was on social media boasting about owning over $1 billion in real estate and flaunting luxury purchases. For staff struggling to cover basic bills, that contrast feels less like success and more like a slap in the face. Questions are now mounting about how Mayweather's business empire is actually run. Sources close to the gym say there's confusion over who controls payroll. Some argue it's a franchise issue, not Mayweather's personal failure. Others insist that if his name is on the building, the accountability rests with him. And criticism is now spreading well beyond the gym walls.
Company, it's Avi & Co. Crazy company. Now, I need you guys to come closer and check this out. So let me come give you guys a breakdown. Well, in the industry, you see a lot of people with this kind of watch, this kind of watch, and this kind of watch.
Amir Khan weighed in during a recent interview, and he didn't hold back. It is sad, but look, karma is a bee, he said. The thing is, look how arrogant he was. He's flaunting money. You can't throw money like that at people when there's so much poverty in the world. And if he's flaunting and throwing money at strip clubs, Khan's words echo a sentiment that's been whispered in boxing circles for years. Floyd Mayweather built his entire persona on excess. His nickname Money wasn't just for show, he lived it. The Mayweather lifestyle has always been about the extreme, from private jets to diamond watches, from duffel bags stuffed with cash to tossing bills across nightclub floors.
Talk so much shit, and he's like, look at my $1 million watch, look at my fucking jet, look at my house, look at this. He's like constantly showing you all these things that he has. Like he'll lay out watches in a hotel bed, like this is $1 million worth of watches. This watch goes for $2 million. And they're like, this is my small watch that I take sometimes, but I want to show you, when I show up, I bring out.
Meanwhile, gym members are left in limbo. Those who prepaid for annual memberships are now demanding refunds, while others don't even know if their scheduled training sessions will take place. There's been no formal communication from leadership, no emails, no statements, just silence. The situation could escalate if legal action is pursued. Some employees are already speaking with labor lawyers, asking whether Mayweather himself can be held accountable or if the responsibility falls on the franchise company. Depending on which LLC actually owns the Los Angeles branch, the legal fight could become messy very quickly.
Check this out. Carbon fiber. Come check it out, y'all.
It's also hard to ignore how closely this mess lines up with the earlier reports about Floyd's questionable investments. With the FBI already digging into his assets, the financial spotlight on him is only getting brighter. When an empire starts to wobble, every new crack looks bigger. And employees protesting unpaid wages outside his gym isn't just a crack, it's a breach. Another concern is how this will shape the way investors and partners see the Mayweather brand. The gym chain has multiple locations across the U.S., all tied to a name that promised wealth, strength, and stability. But if Los Angeles collapses and that news spreads, franchise sales could stall, partners could back away, and expansion plans might freeze completely. After all, it's hard to sell growth when your flagship location is falling apart on camera.
The money man is back. I'm here in New York City with the one and only Benny the jeweler. Benny, tell the people what you sold me today.
All right, you see what's going on. We got the Eye of the Tiger factory on a full pave bracelet.
And tell the people about this, please.
We got the white.
What happens next depends on whether Floyd finally speaks up. If he addresses the workers, clears the unpaid wages, and takes ownership of both his actions and the false claims, he might still be able to flip the story in his favor. But if he stays silent, this could spiral straight into lawsuits and non-stop headlines. So far, there's been nothing. No word, no statement, no video response, no payroll confirmations, no apology. Just an escalating situation with one clear direction. Floyd's financial life looks stretched thin, and it may get even worse in the days ahead. What's your take? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more updates.